At school, I was told, with this whatever career you should choose, that journalism should be it, but I wanted to do a lot of other things.
Exactly. And we have none other than former veteran journalist and media lecturer, freelance travel writer, of which I'm aspiring to be, so I'm sure he can give me some pointers, author and media trainer, Willie Olivier, and he is was the founding editor of the Namibian Sun newspaper in September of 2007, guys. And he has done media training in several African countries, overseas countries as well, including Sudan, Myanmar, formerly known as Burma, Sri Lanka as well, and just so many. He studied BA, majoring in political science and public administration through UNISA. He has also co-authored several books such as Discover the Wonderful World of Ovambu. He also has a Globetrotter, the best of Namibia amongst many others. And Willie says he is driven by a passion to share information with people, be it journalists, be it travelers, be it nature lovers. He's just an all-round jovial lover of life, kind of a journal. Good morning, Willie.
Good morning to you, and also good morning to the listeners.
How are you this morning?
Very well, very well. Weather is getting a bit hotter, so everybody has been complaining about it being too cold. So and it's weekend.
And it's weekend on top of that. So yeah, we're hoping that it's going to be a good kind of a weather for the weekend. So really, you've accomplished so much. But before we get to all of the accomplishments, take us back a little bit to the Willie that was like an incy little munchkin. What was your childhood like, and how did it shape the man that you have become today?
Okay, childhood. I grew up in a little place called Tukai, which is about 20 kilometers south of Cape Town. Okay. And my father was in forestry, so yes, that was a wonderful time because I had a huge playground.
Yeah.
You didn't have jungle gyms and swings, but there were lots of pine plantation forests, little nooks and crannies. So I think that contributed to a very large extent to, my love for nature.
Yeah.
There weren't that many people around, being in a forest station. You didn't have houses right next door to you. So even although I had friends, you had to walk a little bit to get to where they are, or for you all to get together. But I think that shaped my career and my love for nature to a very large extent.
And I'm sure having to also just play with nature, with yourself in your own solitude, it gave you such a great big imagination, and that's what landed you into journalism maybe, and writing and experiencing.
Yeah, actually I got into journalism by coincidence.
Really?
Yes, in 1979. Because of my love for nature, I started a little operation where I took people on backpacking trails, where you carry all your things all over Southern Africa. And I started up. I didn't really have a lot of capital. I had enough stuff to get gear and what have you, but obviously you've got to advertise. Mm-hmm. So I remembered that at school I was told, with this whatever career you should choose, that journalism should be it, but I wanted to do a lot of other things.
Exactly.
And then I decided, by writing, I can get some free marketing done. So I
kill two birds with one stone.
And then fortunately, it was done in Cape Town, a newspaper, the top range newspaper in Cape Town, the Argus. They then eventually approached me and said, well, can you do us an article on this, or can you write about that? So I got into writing and journalism sort of by coincidence, through the back door, so to say.
Indeed. And how did you then find yourself at the Namibian Sun newspaper?
Okay, having been born in Cape Town in 1985, I came up to join the old Southwest Africa Broadcasting Corporation, stayed on for 5 years after independence with NBC. Then I worked for myself for 10 years, traveling and writing and things like that, and eventually in spent 2.5 years at the old Polytechnic of Namibia, and then in 2007, at that stage it was called Democratic Media Holdings. They wanted to start a new newspaper, an English language newspaper, and somehow I got headhunted And that was also quite a challenge, but an enjoyable one in retrospect.
Very much so. We're still speaking to Willie Olivier. We're discussing his beautiful childhood in nature and how he ended up into journalism, so stick around. 99 FM, John Legend saying dope, and we're celebrating the dope life that Willie Olivier is experiencing. He's still telling me that he still goes on his trails till now. Till now, he still enjoys going on his long trails, and I was just like, you know what, I might just join him on one of those, but I'm sure he can outdo me anytime, anywhere. Willie, what really motivates you on a daily basis?
What motivates me is to be as good as I possibly can in what I do. And to enjoy what I'm doing. Having said that, my second name is procrastination, because as a journalist, you know that you've got to double check everything.
True.
Unfortunately, I tend to double check what I've already double checked. Maybe once or twice, but it's to enjoy what you are doing and to contribute to other people's knowledge, sharing knowledge. That to me is actually very important, because even with my travel writing, I always say it's no good if you experience this and you're not sharing it with other people, the beauty out there, what to do, what not to do. So that to me really motivates me. And also maybe because I'm getting on in age, these days they say you're not getting old, you are maturing.
Yes, like fine wine.
Since I'm maturing is also to do the very best each day that one can, because you don't know what happens tomorrow.
Indeed.
We live in very uncertain times.
Yeah. For me, you seem to have lived such a beautiful, full life. You've done what you love. You've traveled the world. You've written. You've impacted people and imparted knowledge. Is there anything else that is on Willie Olivier's to-do list, like this I would love to still accomplish?
Oh, my goodness. There's a couple of books that I'm busy with at the moment.
Okay.
And then one thing that I haven't actually managed to do, which I think should be on the top of my bucket list, is to actually go to East Africa to go and see the gorillas, because I think they're such incredible animals, and I think getting close to them must be a real adrenaline kick, and something that's quite extraordinary.
Now, we love having you here at Trifire Studios, and how you've helped us out as journalists and just as people. Do you have any life or career advice that you would like to share with our listeners?
I think yes, maybe it's old-fashioned advice: hard work, and hard work. Nothing in life comes easy. Nothing is for free. So I think, especially when young people get into whatever line of business they are doing, put your energy into the work so that you get to the top of what you are supposed to be doing, so that you excel in what you're doing. And leave the enjoyment, for a little bit later. Once you've accomplished and you've been upwardly mobile, at that stage you probably have a little bit more time to actually enjoy life. But hard work, that's what I always say.
Thank you so much for coming. We highly appreciate you.
It's a pleasure, thank you.
So that was nature lover, freelance travel writer, journalist, author, media trainee, our royal hustler for this morning, Willie Olivier.
Royal Hustlers was proudly brought to you by Namdeb Diamond Corporation.
Good today, better tomorrow.